Hello and welcome back. My name is Kelsey.
And my name is Becky.
And we are the TheSorryGirls.
And you're watching Loft Vibes, which is a series about us moving into and decorating our brand new office loft.
So far you've seen us work on the bedroom,
The bathroom,
the kitchen,
our living space,
the plant nook.
Plant nook is so good. And today we're going to be tackling our workspace and our DIY filming setup.
So the first part of our plan is to create this wall unit storage thing that we're going to keep all of our DIY supplies in, and this is going to act as a backdrop to our videos. We wanted to get this custom made so it looked apothecary style with a bunch of little drawers, but that proved to be very expensive. So we ended up going the IKEA route, and then we just hacked the crap out of that by taking IKEA kitchen cabinets and putting uppers underneath the base cabinets so that it gave us more height and more storage.
So we did what we could with the IKEA cabinets, but we wanted to take it a step further. So we called our handyman friend, Chris Palmer, to help us do some custom countertops, an amazing custom workbench, and do a super sweet backdrop wall.
So this is very, very industrial strength. I did go with pine because it's gonna be, you guys are gonna do a nice finish on it.
Yeah.
And it's light wood, it's easy to work with, but it's strong enough to be a workbench.
Next. Cool.
And it helps stick.
We're gonna get started with our rolling workbench. Chris pre-cut and pre-assembled some pieces, but now we're going to assemble the whole thing together.
What we need to decide is what kind of spacing you would like between here. If you want this to go right down so the bottom is right there with the caster, or if you'd like it to come up an inch or so, then we can decide.
I think
This will
fairly
be
close
flush
to
to
the
the
bottom.
top.
That'll be to the top.
Yeah, so then you can see what your opening is.
So
this is a speed square. So this is what you want for when you're running. If your piece is 90 and it's a perfect edge and you want to work off of and you want the line to be 90,
Yeah.
this is what you use. You line them up on the edge, pull your pencil line across.
So what does this thing do?
So this is a pocket hole jig. This is from Craig. So right now I'm just setting the depth based on the material that we're using. And just tighten the collar. So the collar holds it, stops it from going too deep.
So we're learning a lot from Chris, but we're still kind of confused a little bit. I don't know about his speed squares, and maybe he's using pocket holes or something. In the end, we're kind of just going to agree with the expert.
Well, just put a hole on the side so I can put screws into the leg.
Fine. Do it.
Push harder.
I just like pretend I'm helping.
You apply enough pressure that
Exactly what we need. Now we're moving on to the drawer unit, which was placed in position earlier, but nothing was screwed together, so we made sure to screw it together and make sure everything was super sturdy. Chris also brought us a butcher block, which we are going to use for the workbench countertop, as well as the drawer unit countertop at the back. Okay, take as much.
Sorry for our pilot.
roll your muscle on it.
Got it. The little muscle I have.
The question is, do you want it there or do you want it in the front there?
This is looking so good. So the last thing we need to do is have Chris install a wall at the back that we can attach our drawers to and make our custom pegboard.
Is that what you like?
I think that looks nice.
Last 3 screws to screw the wall in place.
It looks really good.
Amazing. Be cool.
That looks so good.
We really should have
Did you
had.
just like reduce very cool to be cool?
Yeah.
If you're gonna hang out with us, you gotta learn the lingo.
Yeah.
So
You have faith in this project, man.
You have faith in these IKEA cupboards though? I mean, you did that part, but you didn't do this part.
no, it's rock solid or something.
So good. Okay. Well, thank you. Well, thanks.
So much.
Come back when it's
Golly.
done.
It's
Drive
awesome.
safe.
Thank you.
Thanks, ladies.
Awesome.
Okay, thanks, Chris.
So for all these handles we want to put on, we have a really specific style in mind, you know, that apothecary vintage look. And it's actually proving really hard to find enough of them in the right sizes for a good price. So I'm gonna head to the store and see what options there are available. And I also need to pick up a stain so we can stain these butcher blocks.
Don't have a lot of options because everything we saw online is like special order. And it would take 14 days to get here if we wanted it. Yeah, so I'll show you the options we have.
I like that.
It's like a darker nickel.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
We're back at the loft and we're testing the stain that we bought, which is totally not the right color. Looks like gray paint. Painting the workbench white. Yas, white, yas. And installing our new handles.
So Chris actually taught us a super helpful trick. So when you're measuring out handles on the drawers, what you need to do is make a template out of some wood. That way you know where your holes go every single time. We bought these clamps on his recommendation, and this made putting in the handles so much easier. Less measuring is seriously what everyone needs in their life.
Next, we're cleaning up this mess by putting away all of our DIY supplies and giving everything a home in our new storage unit. Now that we're mostly done building the unit and stocking the unit, what time is it? Pegboard time!
Obviously, old school pegboard is not cool anymore.
Over it.
Over it. So we're gonna customize our own. This, we decided, is gonna be the size of our holes, yeah?
I mean, I guess so, yeah. Do you think it'll be fine? Like, you just like put the thing in and then it'll like stay like a teeter-totter?
Like, I have a feeling that over time, because this is not like the strongest material, they might get loose a little bit. So since we are drilling our custom holes into this hardboard to make our own DIY pegboard, we wanted to test to make sure we had the holes right before we actually drilled a lot of holes. So thankfully we had this old pegboard lying around that was the exact same material, so we could test it on that.
He said to do pilot screws, remember? So
Pilot
pretend
holes?
this is our pilot hole.
Barely.
I guess go up a size. Where's my vacuum?
The Dyson! All right. Okay,
It worked?
yeah.
Is it gonna be strong as?
Well, here's the thing, look.
This is my itch. Honestly, this Dyson has come in so handy while we were building this project. Best Buy, you're a lifesaver.
So we're facing an issue that we cannot get the dowels in there tight enough. We're worried that when we put anything heavy on it, like a tool, it's just gonna sag because the hardboard is pretty soft. It's like the ring it sits in, like, will it bend?
Right.
Because it's soft, you know?
Why don't we glue them in?
Then it's permanent.
I mean,
whatever.
it's like kind of permanent and it's like whatever. If we need to move it, then we just like jam it out. I mean, I think we'll have a pretty permanent idea. I know that's not the point of a pegboard, but like,
Whatever. Okay.
will gluing it work?
Maybe. Well,
Wood glue?
we can test it.
Maybe we can try to put the glue at the back. I don't know.
We'll see in 25 minutes. Let's start measuring at least with this pencil.
And
That'll
then
take a
and then
good
the
amount of
method
time.
we can figure out after.
So to measure out this custom pegboard, we just drew a giant grid on the board measuring evenly in vertical spaces and horizontal spaces, and then every time the lines cross, that's where we drill the hole. And just a tip, make sure you use a wood drill bit if you're doing this yourself, as opposed to a metal one. They make way cleaner holes.
Looking good.
That's a grid if I ever did see one.
That's a DIY pegboard if I've ever seen one.
That's quite easy. Missing the pegs though.
We'll have to DIY those too. Okay.
Paint?
Yeah, so
Oh, hey, check this out.
oh yeah. Hey.
Look what I installed.
Oh, so cute.
Little paintbrush hanger, dryers.
Oh, you know what sucks? We only have one of these now.
I know.
I guess this is a one-woman job today. Mm-hmm. All right.
So cute though.
So cute. It's beige.
It looks really peach, but I'm hoping it dries.
Yeah, it
easier.
dries darker.
Wicked.
We just want it to kind of like, yeah, it does kind of look peach.
Blend in with the wooden dowels.
I mean, it would be super easy to paint this if we want to in the future.
Yes.
That's the whole point. We can switch it out, switch up our color scheme.
Pantone color of the year, more like TheSorryGirls wall color of the season.
Oh, snap. Okay.
Pretty chill.
Pretty chill. This is an arm workout and a half.
So on the back of the unit, we decided to hang up the curtain rods that we had in our old office. And on that, we made custom giant sliding panels out of some fabric from the fabric store. And this was a great way to hide a bunch of stuff we wanted to store back there.
What is an office without a whiteboard? We did not know that there was a cuter way to do a whiteboard until recently. We saw this project on the internet and we just knew that we had to DIY it as well. We got a large plastic clear acrylic sheet from a local plastic store.
So we needed to drill holes in this giant piece of acrylic. Luckily, we had this tester piece, and the clamps that Chris told us to buy were actually so helpful. Oh my God, that works surprisingly easily and well. I'm surprised.
Okay, wait, hold on.
We're so irritating. Good.
You're so orange.
You'll learn to love it.
Or I'll learn to take it off in a month and paint it.
Okay.
I'm having a little complex about the standoff hardware. Online it said it was gold, but we could tell it looked a little bit more copper. But when we got it in person, this is just metallic orange. Everything's paintable. Everybody's replaceable, and everything's paintable.
So now it's time to apply our newly learned acrylic drilling skills to the actual real piece. Oh my God, how?
I got the bottom.
Ah! We need to lock these wheels.
Oh my God. Okay.
So,
Start at a corner. Ooh, good?
so good. Oh my God, confetti. Our party decor is done.
Yes! So it's time for the finishing touches on our workspace. We ended up using a clear urethane for the top of the countertops. We cut our dowels for the pegboard and we styled our pegboard. We ended up not needing to glue it or anything because once we painted it, the hardboard became super strong and the pegs fit super snug. In the office, we put up the Philips Hue LED strip lights, which we got from Best Buy. We desperately needed these, especially after we put up the wall, because it gets a little bit dark underneath the mezzanine.
We also got this cute little toolbox from Umbra that we put all our pens and markers in. It's adorable. Umbra also hooked us up with these killer bright yellow office chairs. P.S. They're so comfortable. I love them. So overall, I am obsessed with how this turned out. I think my favorite thing is probably the giant whiteboard because of how handy it's gonna be just to write notes and get my thoughts out on a whiteboard. I'm in love with it.
In the end, my favorite part is the DIY pegboard. It's super practical and super cute, and it's way more clean looking than the regular super tiny hold pegboard. Thank you guys so much for joining us on this episode of Laugh Vibes.
Oh yeah, it turned out so good. I'm so excited to use this filming space for all of our DIYs going forward.
And this office, oh my God, the work that we're gonna get done in there, and the whiteboard
Oh, I'm
goals.
so excited. I'm so excited. I didn't know how much I missed a whiteboard until we didn't have one for a couple weeks.
Yeah, and we're like, where do we write our ideas?
It's hard.
I think it's super necessary if you're a creative being.
Oh, yes.
Honestly.
Now that the loft series is sort of coming to an end, would you guys want to see a loft tour of the entire thing put together in one video? I've
Yeah.
heard some requests for that.
And next episode is our last episode, and it's gonna be our Loft Vibes party. We invited a whole bunch of our YouTube friends over. You'll see some familiar faces, and we're gonna do some decor and, you know,
Oh yeah,
throw a big party.
it's gonna be so much fun.
Thank you guys so much for joining us on today's episode of Loft Vibes and the whole series and our YouTube channel, and subscribe.
Yes, please do, because I want you around for future content because it's so exciting.
Yeah, if you like this video, make sure that you like it.
And if you love it, make sure you sub it.
And we'll see you next time.
Bye.